So, welcome back, guys. How y'all doing today? I am again out in this lovely frozen wilderness. Today we're gonna go take some photos of Peyto Lake. Today I want to focus on essentially subject isolation, so where to put your subject and how to frame that subject, and also the framing of your overall, and also the framing of your overall landscape photos. What to put in the foreground, what to put in the background, and how to balance those two to create a really engaging image. And then how to bring all that together in one shot. Oh my god, this camera is heavy. How do they do this? Ideally today, we're going to find, fingers crossed, a partially frozen lake with fresh snowfall and then really soft cloud cover. So fingers crossed the lake hasn't actually frozen over and got covered in snow, because that'd really fuck up the day. But pretty sure conditions are still holding. Oh, I'm puffed. A lot of going up to this viewpoint. Let's stop with the heavy breathing and just get there. So I honestly couldn't ask for a more perfect condition to shoot this in. It's a fresh blanket of snow, the lake, as you can see in the background, is frozen but it's still blue. So you're getting like little reflections and the sun coming in and like lighting up the ice. Absolutely stunning. We've got like light beams coming through the clouds and like lighting up the mountains behind me. We're gonna get some beautiful photos. I'm so excited. Yeah, let's go take some photos, shall we? And we'll run you through little bits and pieces on why I'm doing things and how I'm doing things. First things first, let's set up tripod real quick and then run around and fire up a couple shots while this light is perfect. Oh, I'm so stoked. Probably gonna need a bit more because the snow's deep. So the first thing I want to talk about is subject isolation. So for the subject for today, it's going to be me in my bright yellow puffy, and I'm going to try and get myself and a little figure in the lake sitting on some sort of spot. Ideally, I want to have myself completely isolated in the blue water with the yellow jacket on, surrounded by the white snow that is surrounding the lake. Now I'm doing that so that really draws you into the photo. There's nothing cutting off the figure to like distract or anything like that from the camera's gonna fall over. Alright. So the first shot that I'm looking at is this little kind of rock feature leading out into the lake. What I'm gonna do is shoot this frame here with a little figure standing just there. That is the goal. Let's set it up and fire it off. So this is essentially the frame that I'm looking for, and I'm gonna go stand just there. reviewing the footage on that one, that's the mistake that a lot of people make. They cut off their subject just a little bit. Like, my head was just a little bit into the actual edge of the lake, so the figure itself wasn't actually perfectly isolated. So what I'm gonna have to do is move this back and go up the hill a little bit and see if I can reframe it and try and get a slightly higher angle to then isolate my subject in that little spot you saw me in there. So let's go for the walk. Oh, hello. So obviously I'm on a bit of a hill here. So this frame should be right. The way the subject is going, the way I'm going to look is looking back from this viewpoint back this way, because otherwise I'm going to be looking that way or further off, and it's just not filling the frame, it's not leading the viewer anywhere. So I'm going to look back at this mountain behind me, and I'm going to do it right now while that light is just like popping in that little spot there. Oh, I'm puffed. So that is the difference between isolating your subject perfectly and just being a little bit off. And now whether that is the legs being hidden by like dark trees below, or my head being cut off by the top of the lake, you want your subject just like perfectly popped right in the middle, perfectly isolated. Now that we've got that frame and that isolation thing down, let's talk about surrounding the essential that image, this like empty space in the foreground. And like, say if the clouds were all white, we could fill all of that in with some sort of foreground element. Conveniently, I'm not gonna pull on it because I got a tree just here that might offer essentially like a different foreground for the same image. So let's go have a play around with that. Hello again. So with this shot, it's not my favorite frame, but it gives an example of what I mean. So notice along the top here, I've got trees right there in the foreground that are essentially out of focus. They're not detracting from the image. We're just going to use that to like really focus in on that subject and that lake and me in a yellow jacket. Make that subject really, really pop, you know? Why do I keep saying you know? Let's just get to it. Let's check the footage. I hope that frame was perfect. It was the same level. Oh, it was the same level as the other one, so hopefully it worked. Love that wasn't in focus, but you get the point. So it's pretty much lined up. I'm gonna stand on that and look the other way this time, looking out over this side of the lake to kind of direct viewer's attention to the open space that was next to me. Let's go fire off a shot. So, oh, that's way too close. So, hopefully, gives you a bit of an idea on subject isolation and how to like just think about when you're composing a shot like that. It doesn't take a lot. It's a little minor detail that makes a massive difference when looking at an image like that. Most people won't notice it, but other photographers definitely will. And it just takes your photography from up here to like just there, just that little bit more, and that's what we want to encourage everyone to do. Just yeah, go that little bit further, be that little bit better. All right. Ooh. Well guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you guys learned something or took something at all from this video, or just enjoyed watching. As long as you're having a good time, that's all that really matters. Thanks again for sticking around this long, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.